Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Ashley Shay Reads, and today we are doing my March TBR, and D&D is choosing. Okay, so we're going back to D&D chooses my TBR, so for March we are going to have the board pick all of our reads for us. I did make a few changes, so I wanted to add a few things, but I didn't want to like permanently change the board because I like the way it is set up. So I just added a couple post-it notes to a couple of the spots, and I can move them around depending on like what my mood is for some books. So for those spots with the tabs on it, I put them on my two TBR jars. I made a cute little Pokeball one because I have this and I thought it was perfect. So this jar has all of my series that I'm in the middle of, so I want to continue some series this year, so I figured this will help me do that. So if I land on a pink one, I'll pull a continuation of a series that I've already started. And then for this one, it's just books on my shelf that I normally wouldn't like look at, or beginning of like a series, that kind of thing. So I just put some random ones from my shelves in there. I figured it'd be a fun way to pick stuff out. So if I land on a green one, I'll choose something from this TBR jar. But yeah, those are going to be the only changes that I added to my board this time. So we'll do the normal rolls, and I think we're going to do 5 this time. I don't want to do anything too crazy, just depending, because I'm a mood reader, so who knows what's going to happen during the month. But we're going to do 5 rolls, so let's get into those rolls and see what books I get for this month. Okay, so like I was saying, on the board I have just these little post-it notes for the ones I'm changing for this round of the game that correlates with each of the TBR jars. So we are going to start from the beginning because I don't remember where I was the last time I played this game. So let's start with our first roll. Alright, and we got a 9. Okay, so we got Elf, which is going to be a fantasy romance. Okay, so for roll number 1, we got a fantasy romance. So I am choosing A Dawn of Onyx. This is beginning in a new trilogy. I'll read you the back because this part is what sold me on it. So it says, captured by the King of Darkness, she was forced to find the light within. So Erwin never expected to be the brave one offering her life to save her brothers. Now she's been taken prisoner by the most dangerous kingdom on the continent and made to use her rare magic ability to heal soldiers of the vicious Onyx King. So yeah, I'm excited to pick up this one. I've been in like a fantasy kick lately, so fantasy romance has been what I've been reading like the past like week or so. So I was really excited to get this book. I'm really hoping I like it. And it is the first one in a series, and I believe, I'm not sure when the second one comes out, so hopefully I don't get a bunch of like terrifying like bad book hangover from this because I don't have the next one. But yeah, that is what we got for roll number 1. Okay, let's do roll number 2. Alright, and we did get a 15. Okay, so we got a Storm Giant, and that is a book that is over 300 pages. For roll number 2, we got a book over 300 pages, so I'm going to pick Son of Blood and Ruin. I've been wanting to get through all the Fairy Loot books that I have, so this is going to be the next Fairy Loot one that I pick up. So this is basically like a gender-bent Zorro retelling, and these women used to hunt as jaguars and they were witches, and so they haven't been seen in like generations, and then all of a sudden one appears, and so this is the story about a girl that like is that person, and so she has like 2 identities. Like no one she knows that she is the panther, like being a vigilante and stuff. So this one sounds really good and I'm super excited to pick it up. It is 359 pages, so it just got over 300. So I'm super excited I'm going to be able to read this one this month. And then I think I only have one more Fairy Loot one that I still need to read after this one. But yeah, I'm excited to pick this one up, and that's what we got for roll number 2. All right, let's do roll number 3. All right, and it looks like we got a 16. It doesn't want to focus, of course, but it's a 16. We got a Half Orc, which is another book over 300 pages. For roll number 3, we got another book over 300 pages, so I chose Fireborn, and this is another Dragon Rider story. This one is a YA one, and basically our two main characters grew up, and they became dragon riders, and they're like best friends, and they're both from like different like classes. Like our main female character, she was born into like low society and her parents were killed by dragonfire, and then the main male love interest was born in high society, and then something happened to his family, so they grew up in like the same orphanage, and so they're fighting this war, and I guess all this stuff starts to happen, and they're kind of both trying to figure out like if what they're doing is good or bad and all of that. But I heard this one is like a really good fantasy romance, and people that have been looking for stuff like after Quarter Wings and like the like Sarah J Maas feel and Fourth Wing feel, like you get that in this book. So that's kind of the reason I picked this up, and I always love a good dragon book, and I mean Dungeons and Dragons picks my TBR, so I mean having a drag book on there, it's kind of perfect. So I'm excited to see if I like this one. It's a YA series, and I believe 3 of the books are out, or 2. I'm not sure, but we will see how I enjoyed this one. But yeah, that was roll number 3. Okay, we're gonna do roll number 4. All right, and we got a 7. Which is a dragon, and that is an adult fantasy. For roll number 4, we got adult fantasy, so I decided to read The City of Dusk, and this is the beginning of adult fantasy series. I saw the cover and I was like, oh, I have to see what this is about. So I'll read a little bit of the back to you. I don't want to know a whole lot about it and kind of see where it goes. So I'll read you the part that like gripped me. So it says, for every realm there is a god, for every god there is an heir, for every heir there is a prince. The 4 realms, life, death, light, and darkness, all converge on the City of Dusk. But the gods have withdrawn their favor from the once thriving and vibrant metropolis, and without it, all the realms are dying. So that got me right away. I mean, you have like all these different like realms, like it just sounds so good, and it just looks like a dark epic fantasy, and so I had to pick this one up. I just recently bought it, so I'm excited that I was able to fit it on my TBR for this month, and I can't wait to read it. It is pretty big. Okay, and for our last roll number 5, we got a 10. And we got a Phoenix, which is a spicy romance. Okay, so for roll number 5, we got a spicy romance, and I am going to be picking up That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. As soon as I heard the title of this book, I knew I had to pick it up. The second one is That Time I Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. So, like, the titles got me. But this is it has a little bit of fantasy, romance, and spice. Like, so of course I had to, and demons. Like, what could be better than that? So the like tagline on the back says, Spice Trader Cinnamon's quiet life is turned upside down when she ends up on a quest with a fiery demon. In this irrevently, I don't even want to know, quirky rom-com fantasy that is sweet, steamy, and funny as hell. Yeah, so I read that and I had to pick this up. So I'm super excited to finally get to this, and I hope that I like it because 2 other books are out in this series and I want to pick those up as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that. And sorry my brain's not working today with words, but I've done a bunch of stuff today, so yeah. But this is roll number 5 and I'm super excited to have this on my TBR, and it's a short one so I can pick this up between fantasies and I think it'll make my life a little bit easier. But yeah, so those are going to be all the books that I have on my TBR for March. We got all of these and I'm really excited to read all of these. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing some vlogs and stuff like that for this month, so you can see kind of my thoughts and feelings on those in those vlogs. But definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you like this D&D board and D&D Picks My TBR, because I love doing it. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading.